Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, one of the people listening to the Q&A discussion between Dwayne and Hein the other night was Johan. And he's put together a fairly lengthy response, which really needs to be aired and considered, because it raises some very, very good points. So I'm just going to recite what Johan has sent me. He said, "Dear Hein and Scott, I'm responding to a YouTube you did this week, which I loved and I believed could assist our people in our struggle. My name is Johan and I'm a standard member of the Suidlanders. I have no mandate to talk on their behalf. I'm also not part of their management structures. So everything I'm sharing with you is my own opinion and not theirs. But I would like to share some insight with Hein, if you will allow me. Hein, I do believe you are pushing or pulling in the right direction with what you have done and started, and I will support your movement as I have voted yes, so will a lot of other people. I would, however, just ask you to consider the following. We will need everyone to pull and push together. What you suggest is not a walk in the park. South Africa has so many small groups that represent small numbers of our people, such as Suidlanders, Boere, Legioene, AWB, and so on, plus many more. Even the Freedom Front, they already have a strong voters group. It is very difficult to try and get all these groups together under one common cause to help our people. But each of these groups represent a number of our people that agree or like what the groups offer. This basically means we have a very diverse group of people that are thinking differently. We have to try to accommodate all of them as far as we can. I see all the different groups in our people as pots with different flavors, if I can call it that. What we need is a house to put all those pots into. I see your setup as a house that can unite all the groups within it to push forward for a common goal. Not by breaking up the groups or changing their structures of these groups, but by allowing them the space to be who they are within your organization. I heard your comments regarding the various groups that charge their people, and I do agree with you to an extent. But they have very strong supporters bases that will support them to the end. By attacking the group, we will lose too many votes again and split up our people even more, and you just become another small group. Don't try to think you can do this on your own. That is a mistake everyone has made. If people choose to join the group or groups and pay the money, then it is their choice, not mine and not yours. We have to get the groups together, and we need all of them. Personally, the Suidlanders didn't force me to pay money. I did it out of my own to donate money. But there are a lot of people, part of the Suidlanders, who do not pay money over, and they are still part of us. It works on donations and nothing more. All the relevant and required info is shared amongst the member in the meetings and on the communication. Another way of putting it is this, and this is really interesting what Johan is putting forward here. Everyone wants to be the man of the house because he is in charge, he is the head of the house. Don't be the man or the head in the house. Be the wife. She is the neck, the direction. The wife keeps the family together and united. She is the neck that turns her head in the direction she wants it to point. By just accepting the group's systems and allowing them to be as they are, we will be able to get what we need to turn the tide a lot quicker than to start another fight. If you can focus on the respective group's strong points, then they can be used to all of them to work as different teams within the major house. See if a business where each group had their own function, for example, and shared responsibility. Suidlanders are working strong on logistics, moving people when needed. Boere Legioene are working hard on defense. AWB is a battle ram. Afriforum is a strong legal and getting the word out to many people at once. They have the resources and admin power. Solidariteit has a member in the working force, and so on and so forth. So what he's saying in effect is that these groups could just maintain their identity but work together and concentrate on their strengths as part of a bigger organization. And I think that's an amazing idea. I really think that what these groups need to do, the heads of these groups, they need to all sit down around one table and say, okay, if we don't work together, we're never, ever going to have a place in South Africa because of what's going on with the ANC government. But if we do work together as a combined force, using our own special talents and experience within that large organization, we can really make things happen. So, Johan, I think you're right on the money there. And I'm going to put this video out so that the subscribers and other people can have a think about it. But he continues, there's more to this, which is very interesting. He goes on to say, our collective aim should be to gather the groups and not to drive them away. By attacking them because we do not agree with all their systems, we lose the respect of the followers. You have done so much and achieved so much. Already it is amazing. But I would hate to see it all fall down because we don't learn to accept that people are different. We all like different flavors. If you want this to work properly and speedily, then I will suggest reach out to all the groups again. Apologies for the misunderstandings and the remarks. Make peace and get everyone on the same side, pulling the same wagon. Do not judge our people, any of them, from what you believe to be mistakes, because we are all the same and have mistakes. Work and focus on their strong points to build our nation and our people. Ek is 'n boer en sal altyd een wees. Die Afrikaans uit die Kaap het saam met die Engelse, my oupa en hulle mense in konsentrasiekampe gesit en laat krepeer en doodgaan. Maar ek kan sit en ons is nou almal boere en ons het mekaar nodig om hierdie geveg te wen. And then he goes on by saying, just for the people who do not speak Afrikaans who are subscribers, what he's saying is that he is a Boer, and he's always been a Boer. The Afrikaners from the Cape, together with the English, and he goes on to say that the English put his descendants into concentration camps, and a lot of them died there. But now he's saying that basically we've got to work together. Okay? So getting back to what he's saying here, he says, let us stop judging and resenting and start building a new world for our children. If you succeed in your task, then believe me, we will need everyone to assist us in the struggles still to come. Why do I ask you to be nederig or humble, understanding, considerate, and accepting of all other groups amongst our people? 1, there is very few of us. 2, we can always assume the international world will assist us straight away. 3, too many of our people will die if we do not stand together to work and build together. 4, we have to present a united front to show them we mean business. And he goes on to say, I am not an AWB member, but I was at Eugene's funeral with my brother, who also do not support or belong to AWB. We went out of respect for one of our people that was murdered in cold blood. The same as the 2 young ones with their life ahead of them who was killed last week. In my personal life, my mum was attacked on a farm 2 years ago at the age of 74 and 72 respectively. My dad was shot 4 times, but he lives today at 74. He bettered 5 brutal barbarians against all odds. If he could do this on his own at 74, what can we do? My one brother, who is 6 in total, had his calf shot away with a shotgun, trigger-happy security guard, when he was unarmed and with his hands up in the air. 3. My uncle in Messina was stabbed 9 times with a knife, and I don't even want to say what happened to my aunt. It is disgusting. They both still live. 4. A friend of mine was attacked in their townhouse by 3 attackers. He had to fight them all off. 5. Another friend of mine was killed when they pushed a dishcloth down his throat and kicked him to death. 6. My uncles in Zimbabwe lost between three of them, 15 ranches in one go. It is going to happen here as well. 7. These are just a few of many things. And then he goes on to say, I don't want this life for my children. 2 daughters, one 11 and the other 16. When I left the company I worked for, I made a choice to stop fighting against him, previous employer, and to start building. I've been running my own company now for the last 13 years. Now the advice I want to share with you both is, stop fighting our people. We have to stop the struggle between ourselves and start working to build our people. Accept one another's flaws and then focus on our strengths. Acknowledge them. Pay them the respect they deserve for what they have done for their followers and build from there onward. It takes a man to apologize. This is how we will go forward. All of us, no matter how old, ugly, dumb, or ignorant, we are nobody. Is perfect, accept it and move on. Apologies publicly if you have to make peace and then get every soul on board with your plan to push it forward. Can you do that? Because it's what we need now. Please let me know if you don't agree. P.S. And this is the second really good point that Johan raises. Now, look, I agree with everything he says about all these groups working together. That's the bulk of this whole email. But he closes off with this para, which is something that really has to be addressed, guys. It really has to be addressed. And he says, P.S. There are a lot of people in the white squatter camps that will vote as well if given the chance. They just don't have the means to. Think of them to how to make it happen for them and how they can help us. What an amazing idea. Now, look, I'm going to send out an appeal through Patrick because he's in touch with all these people. I'm going to put the link below this video to the site where you can actually put a vote in for the Western Cape seceding from the rest of South Africa. But if we could get someone to go into each squatter camp and get the people up, just like with a voting station, and have an iPad or something there that they can be shown how to actually make a vote and actually make a difference. I think that's an exceptional idea, and I'm going to push very hard for that. All right, guys, look, have a great evening. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell, and take care. Bye for now.